Welcome back to Bay Sunday. Please welcome Lucho Ramirez, Executive Director of the San Francisco Latino Film Festival. You're with Cine+Mas. You've helped bring in so many films into the Bay Area. Tell us what your organization is now doing.
Thank you for having me. And yes, we are the organizers of the San Francisco Latino Film Festival, an annual event every September. But during the year, we also collaborate with different arts organizations like the Roxy Theater or the SF International Arts Festival in presenting anything that has a Latino theme. So that is part of what we do year-round, and that includes promotion of films and exposure for films to our own audiences.
And tell us a little bit more about the San Francisco Latino Film Festival. We've heard of Roxine and what they're doing out in the Mission. Tell us a little bit more about the film festival that's coming up.
Right. So the film festival itself is going into its 8th season, and it's a film festival that celebrates Latino film, whether it's Latino filmmakers here in the United States or those from Latin America and Spain. So we showcase about 40 films, shorts, features, documentaries, and it's really sort of an open to a wide range of films and formats, and we bounce around the Bay Area, but centered here in San Francisco.
And why is it so important to bring in more Latino films?
Well, it's one of those things where we are basically, we find our mission is to showcase films with Latinos in film, whether they're in front of the camera as actors on screen or those that are making film. And for a lot of these films, they don't necessarily find a commercial outlet because they're smaller films. Sometimes they're big films in their own countries in Latin America, but they don't necessarily find distribution here. And there is a desire for film. San Francisco is a film city. There are many film festivals that have different angles, whether it's an LGBT angle, a Jewish angle, a green angle. So there is a hunger for film in this city, and for us it's important for the Latino community to also see itself on screen. And those that appreciate cinema.
And that is a big job for you to select some of the films, to narrow it down. So how is that process? How do you go through that process to select those films?
Yes, we have a call for entry, which in fact it's open right now, where we accept submissions of films that have been produced in the last couple of years and that have not been screened in San Francisco yet. There's a degree of latitude with that as well. But we look at those. We have a committee that looks at all the different films, rates them, and then we look at the diversity. Speaking about Latin America, it's a huge continent and different production levels too. So we want to have representation from different countries, as well as a balance between documentaries and narrative films.
And there's also a call for entries this year.
That's right. So the call for entries is open now through the end of May. We'll probably push it a little bit into June, and then we go through our planning process through the summer. And the festival itself takes place in mid-September during the Heritage Month. And
how many are you looking for? As many as you can possibly bring in? Or?
It's a challenge. There's a lot of great films, but for the most part, we like to keep it at about 40 films in total, and that includes the shorter films.
So Lucho, you obviously bring in a lot of films to the Bay Area and help spread the word. What about some of the other causes and some of the other events that you are in charge of, including Latino Heritage Kickoff celebrations?
So, well, CBS is a KPIX, and the studio here has been hosting the Heritage Month and our kickoff for our festival every September for the last 7 years, so that's slated to happen once again. But as far as other events, it's mostly in the capacity of helping promote, whether it's film or Latino arts, music, performance. And so, for example, we've worked with co-presenting Latin American films with Frameline or the International Film Festival here in the city, or also films that are part of other festivals like Flamenco Festival or the Cuba Caribe Festival. There's a lot of things that are going on in a city like this, Definitely. And film is invariably part of that program.
Absolutely. Well, Lucho Ramirez, we want to thank you for joining us here on Bay Sunday. A lot of good things to look forward to in the upcoming months. Thank you
for having me.
And for more information about Cine+Mas, log on to sflatinofilmfestival.org. That's sflatinofilmfestival.org. We'll be back with more Bay Sunday after this break.